evening, everyone. It is January 26, 2026, and it's 5 p.m. and we are at a select board meeting. The agenda has been posted in 3 places around town on the website and has been emailed to all interested parties. Our first order of business is are there any additions to the agenda from anyone? No, we'll go forward then. What we have. Prior meeting minutes from January 12th, 2026, and we also have meeting minutes from January 20th, 2026 that I have read over both, and I found them to be all in order.
So did I.
And so did Chad.
So do I.
Yeah. I move that we accept the meeting minutes for both January 12th, 2026 and January 20th, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm going to run through the departmental reports pretty quick. I don't have anybody listed for guests, so library.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Oh, okay, great. So Melody Balsam from the library board. Hello.
Thank you.
I shot an email earlier today,
Yes, you
but
did.
I understand if we need to discuss this at the following meeting or if the board would like to cover it today.
Well, if we need to make any decisions about it, we need to warn it on the agenda so that we could take action
Okay.
with being notified. But we can let the public know this is the library has found access to a HUD grant, and they are pursuing it, and they had some questions for the select board, and I believe that we would like to hold hands with the library and proceed with this application to this grant to improve the building. Did I cover that quickly?
Yeah, I think so.
And so is there a particular deadline that we're up against with this? Was it March?
So yes, March. So we do have some time, but want to make sure we get everything all in order so that it's nice and smooth and we're all on the same page.
Absolutely. Some grants are hard and some are easy. So you definitely
Yeah.
want to know what you're up against. Okay,
Exactly.
so we can work together on this, and we will put it on our next agenda so that we can publicly pursue our camaraderie.
Excellent. Sounds perfect.
Anything
I'm going
else
to
going
continue
on
working.
at the library?
Let's see. Well, we're starting conversations with Pierce Hall and the Hub just to start coordinating more events together and creating, just more communication and maybe co-hosting events.
Perfect.
Yeah. And not much more. Just
That
really
time of year.
working on this, getting that going. So.
Okay, yeah, we'll stick to it.
Excellent. Awesome.
We're here for you. Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you. The highway department has been busy, so they are not attending our meeting tonight to let us know that they're out plowing the roads. The utility operator is actually also assisting the highway department tonight, so we will give them a pass on this meeting this evening. I believe we do have an energy coordinator online. Jeff?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. I can't seem to figure out the camera here, but let me toggle over. I sent the board, Mike in particular, but I also copied the rest of the board, some of the issues outstanding with the Municipal Energy Resilience Program.
Yes, we do.
Information sent was about the implementation grant fiscal year 2026 Q2 report, and Kristen's all over that and has it completed and sent off. So that one we can just cross right off. I've drafted a cover memo to a contractor or contractors. Right now it has the name of a firm in it, regarding a draft MERP scope of work and whether they would like to negotiate with us, advise and negotiate with us on a contract to improve the town office and town garage. So there is a revised scope that has some of Mike's changes and mine as well. And a list of potential MERP contractors, which I had sent out previously. We are selecting to be in compliance really with the state's requirement that we have some efficiency certifications represented in the team working on this. I went to Efficiency Vermont's website and their Energy Excellence Network, and because that is where you will find contractors with Building Performance Institute certification, contractors with lead certification, and other things that are necessary or needed to do this project right. Out of the, I think, 13 builders or companies that are on that list, most of them are very small firms that specialize in small projects. There are three firms, however, that I think have the potential to take on the whole project as general contractor. So, we need to get the scope of work out in their hands and set up some meetings and find out what they think of our scope of work, where they would improve it, how they can do it, given the constraints of our needing to have the town office operable during the project. We got some very good ideas, which I've incorporated in the draft scope from Kristen and from Julie as to where they have some flexibility. So, all of this that has a draft on it, I need board input, be seeking that through you, Mike, of course. And in discussion with Two Rivers Wataquiche Regional Commission, we noted or learned that 20% of MERT grant funds, which in this instance is $76,888, can be used for soft costs, and such soft costs could include clerk of the works. I am not up to that type of function or operation. As a retired person, I'm having harder and harder time doing the things I used to do easily. So I just wanted to show what work has been out there and done to date, and make sure people have a chance to ask questions or communicate with me on this. I would like to get a contractor selected for this and pretty much step out of the way.
Hand it off.
That's correct.
Jeff, this concept of having a professional project manager involved here, using the 20% that's allowed under the MERP rules, I think is very appealing. To the extent that needs to be worked into any scope of work that goes out on the street, perhaps you and I can maybe get together and maybe speak with the fellow at Two Rivers and work that issue a little bit more.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I would like to get this contract nailed down, and like I said, step out of the way a little bit. I certainly don't mind being asked to comment or questions about some of the things as we go forward, but it's just taking too much of my time to continue
you don't have
this.
to be sheepish about it. You've done a great job getting it to this point. It's time for the ball to be handed off to somebody else. Kudos to everything that you've done to get it this far.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
One thought about
Go ahead.
clerk of the works. I don't know whether the Valley Hub, whether their clerk of the works is a full-time operation or what kind of operation it is there. Just a thought that it popped up.
More of an architectural
Yeah,
firm.
general contractor,
Yeah.
general construction.
Yeah.
But, you know,
That might be
worth
too
thinking
big
about.
for our project.
Hmm.
We'll take a look. Anything else, Jeff?
Nope, I think that covers it.
Good,
I can
thank
smell
you.
dinner.
All
Thank you.
right. Bye-bye now. Any grant updates? Yeah. Okay. VHI management updates?
Just quick things, boilers are working.
Yay.
It's been getting really, it's been testing us really,
Mhm.
but a bunch of volunteers went in the other day and plasticked those huge windows in the shop, and that actually brought up the temperature a couple degrees. So that was time well spent. Besides that, everything's ticking away. The kids had their winter concert, which always fills the entire auditorium, which is always nice to see. We have a bunch of events coming up, including Winterfest, which we are co-hosting with Recreate and Rochester, the Rochester Stockbridge Unified District PTO, and Penn program. So as Melly had mentioned, we're doing a lot more collaborating with other organizations in town, strength in numbers. And we are meeting actually tomorrow with the Pierce Hall Board and the Library Board, trying to work together and figure out how we can best meet needs in the valley.
Yes,
So we're really excited about that, and this town will have quite a force behind it. So yeah, that's all I got.
yes, force and numbers for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, sounds great.
I love it. Select board updates. What I have since our last meeting, well, we already talked about the library HUD grant, so you already know about that. Our last meeting, we did have a discussion about a dog issue, and the select board has received a few more letters of concern from people in that particular neighborhood. And so we do want to reassure the public that we are taking actions according to what we need to do. Certified letters have gone out, and we just need to go through the actual process. So we're not ignoring it. We're just going through the process properly, and hopefully a resolution will come about. That's about all I really can say right at the moment. The property was visited by the sheriff's department, and nothing extreme was noted by them. So we are still taking our actions, and we'll see if we can get something quieter in that neighborhood. A small update on the cell tower issue. There has been a lot of Public Utility Commission statements back and forth on the Public Utility Commission website. A lot of additional people had done letters of intervention. They wanted to intervene, and they were called interveners. And I believe the Public Utility Commission has rejected that status for them, and they have until February 9th to respond back to the PUC. Basically, the PUC feels as though the issues were being covered quite well by the planning board and the select board, and that the individuals were just repetitive. So they did want to dismiss having to go through all that. The town has also retained counsel as advisory, and we will tentatively be meeting with that council at our February 9th select board meeting. That's tentative. I don't think that got solidified. So that is it for my part of the select board. If anybody has anything to add of anything that you did, took care of, didn't do
Nothing for me.
in the last couple of weeks. Well, and then move on to our new business. Every year we go through a update of our tax maps that makes the changes of houses that have sold, subdivisions, new houses. So the tax maps are updated every single year. And we now have a contract to hire the company, which is CAI Technologies. And they have been doing it for about, what, 4 or 5 years now. And so it's best for us to stay with the same company because you have to do a lot of initial work when you change companies. So we don't put that out to bids or anything. We continue with it. This particular contract is set for $2,100 plus $20 for building footprints. These will be additions.
I think our contract is just a set amount.
2,100.
Yeah.
I think. I'll stick with that. So I move that we accept this proposal to have a updated tax map done for the town, which this amount is in our budget.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So it's signature. Pass that along. Signature on the second page. And we have been pondering and reviewing the December treasurer's report, and I move that we accept the treasurer's report as reviewed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I've already signed it. That is it for our little January meeting. We're moving into public comment. Is there any public comment? Also, I think the Orca Media is not participating. They're
They're
not,
They are on.
they are online,
Yep.
okay. So Orca Media would be participating. Go ahead, Alvina.
I'd like to thank you all, both the select board and the planning commission for submitting your letters and support of the town plan to the PUC. And as Pat said in her comments on the subject, that Vertex is basically saying that any of the interveners do not have good reasons why, and that they repeat the issues that the town and select board and the planning commission say. However, I have a couple areas. Were you aware that this tower is to be lighted at night?
I think I was aware of one floodlight that will cover the yard.
Now, this is the tower. There's supposed to be lights on the tower.
Like a blinking light in case an airplane hits it.
Yeah, there should be an aircraft warning light.
Right, but I think there was like also white lights that were supposed to be.
I didn't think that it was gonna have a blinking light.
Are there lights on the one at her?
No. There's nothing on Stockbridge.
No.
Not on the
I was
top. There's
curious.
no blinking light in Stockbridge, no.
Okay.
And nor Granville.
But anyway, it's supposed to be lighted. On the water issue, they took it to mean public water supplies, not private wells, which is my issue, not only for myself, but for the whole neighborhood. So they're basically saying that, I don't have anything to say because that's the boards have taken care of that issue, but it was my understanding the boards took care of it. It would be the public water supply, not the private wells. However, I think in the town plan, it says water supplies. I don't know, I would just like clarification on that before I start. Yeah,
There is a specific footage from a well that is a protected area. But I don't think that it's like hundreds and hundreds of feet.
100 feet.
It's 100 feet around a private well,
Uphill
that,
further.
that is the protected area.
but what
Um,
about blasting? Because that is all ledge.
Well, I'm not the expert to answer those questions. That's
Right.
why we handed it off to the people in the state that are the experts that can answer that.
Right.
I don't know how many what ifs, that they're considering. If they are considering to be blasting, then I'm sure that the state of Vermont would be governing that, because you have to have a special blasting license, and you have to that person that's handling the blasting has to cover all of their bases before they proceed. So, I kind of think that might be built in along the way if that does come about. But that would be, up to the PUC when that happens.
Okay, so then I will continue my efforts
Sure.
along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, they're knocking down that it's, not obtrusive on the scenic byway, and, we're talking our ears about the historical values of Townsville, and it's right in the middle of Townsville. Townsville goes all the way down to DeSantis's property where the office is, but they just are looking at it as one little tiny dot, and it's not, it's the whole circumference there. So it's, if you would add that as a question, like when you speak to the,
I anticipate that, a possibility that there will be a hearing. So, there will be more opportunities
to speak.
to voice concerns and take on specific questions like that. When they're doing their due diligence, which is what they're doing now, and they've hired firms to do so. I think it'll come down to hearings. I anticipate that will happen.
Okay, well, it's just in the letters, the responses from Vertex that I read today. It just seems they are taking a 5-gallon pail of whitewash and trying to brush it all over everything that they, which is very disconcerting to say the least. And
I do know that there's an outside firm that is also doing a lot of the investigation for the PUC. So they've hired an outside agency to take a look at a lot of these different concerns. And that is probably coming down the pike as well. I do have the Vertex one in front of me.
there's several.
Yeah, there's a lot there now.
Yeah, there were a lot.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
So it's just kind of wait and see, and if we do respond back, we have to respond by,
February 9th,
like, it goes to the PUC, right?
yes.
Just a quick closeout on that light thing. I just looked it up, and a light isn't, aircraft warning light isn't required unless it's 200 feet above surface level.
Right, I think the light is over on the ground level, overseeing the building.
Yeah,
It's-
I did see a floodlight on the little utility shed that goes with it
Right,
on the plan, but
yeah,
I just looked that up real quick, and
Right.
that's the only requirement, just
Also on the plan,
correct
they
that.
have no fuel storage shown whatsoever. They mention that it's supposed to be under the generator, but they do not give any specs or anything on that. They don't know the size, capacity,
There's
what
probably,
safety features they have, et cetera. There's nothing
Mhm.
there that can be documented.
Yeah, another question. I would take a guess at it, but I'm not gonna make a statement publicly if I don't know what I'm talking about.
Good, but you know, it's up to them. They have
I suspect it would be propane, but
diesel.
diesel, okay,
Diesel. They're not,
so you know more than I do.
I have picked apart their diagrams
Mhm.
as best as I could with what little knowledge that I have.
And that's good. There's like
I-
over 100 pages of it.
I'm not real good at some of it, but other people have been very good about their areas of expertise. But it's very disconcerting that you've got a corporation coming into town, trying to ram this down the town's throats. And their presentation is full of holes. The i's are not dotted, the t's are not crossed. And, you know, for me to pick up on the little things that I did, you know, there's a considerable number, but what about the big things that haven't been caught? That's my concern in this whole thing.
Mhm.
Um,
The things that we discovered down the road going, oh, we didn't know about that.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's like, and they say, oh, well, that the, I can't even think right now, it's just had me boondoggled all day here, I'm sorry. But the little, transmitters that are on the phone poles or power poles, you know, that go along the main,
Mhm.
they say, oh, well, they're not adequate. But it's like they would cover more of the area than this cell tower would. They could go all the way up 73, and there's not service all the way up 73, unless you're right in the Green Mountains, but the hill there blocks the coverage area, and it's like they really don't want to consider anything else for the community. They're just hell-bent on election to build a cell tower. Excuse my language.
Well, we're leaving it in the hands of
Yeah.
the experts and the Vermont statutes. So that's where we put our 2 cents in, and we'll see how it plays out. And we have legal counsel secured, so we're spending money on this to oversee and make sure that everything stays in line.
All right, but does the town plan cover private wells?
Does the town plan cover private
Private
wells?
wells. As far as like.
Zoning does, not the town plan doesn't cover that sort of thing, but the zoning regs do. Zoning regulations.
Right, but they were totally dismissive of
There
that.
was nothing in the zoning regulations that was identified as a problem.
I identified my well as being a problem that they're going to be doing blasting. Okay,
Okay, that's an if, so we don't know that they are gonna be doing blasting. So it's something to be taken up with the Public Utility Commission.
thank you.
We'll muddle through, this one way or another.
Okay.
That does it, folks. I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.